Yo, and we're back again with another show. It's your boy Firms, and this is the OT99 Banter Room where opinions get shared and smoke gets served. Let's go. Yo, today is what is it? It's not the D-Day, it's the day before the D-Day. We're not in Champions League football anymore. We're in Europa League football, unfortunately, but we got a massive game coming up tomorrow. AC Milan, it was 1-1 in the first leg. And, we're going to talk about everything to do with that game. Keep it nice and short and sweet. Predictions, predicted team lineups, who we want to see starting, all of that stuff. We're back again with Ed. We're back again with NK. And, we're going to kick it off. So Manchester United starting against AC Milan. Obviously, it's 1-1. We have got to go into that game needing to score a goal. We're already on the back foot. And do you know what? What's your thoughts on the game? What's your thoughts on the game? Do you feel like this is a career-defining game? Do you feel like it's a must-win, or do you feel like Oli can fluff this, and everything will be all good with the fans or whatever? He's still going to get his contract anyway. What do you think?
I think it's a must-win game. It's one of the only cups that we're left in that we could potentially win, because we won it last year, right?
Yeah. Did we win it last year?
No, we got knocked out the semi-finals.
The year before, innit?
Yeah, Mourinho time. That was like 2 years ago we won it with Mourinho. Yeah.
So this is one of the early ones. I don't think we're going to win the league. That's a bit far-fetched, even though we beat Man City. But this is a good chance for us to win a cup in a good tournament and also qualify automatically for the Champions League without any worry. But it's going to be hard because even though AC Milan were missing some of the influential players, so for instance, like Ibra, and it may not even be what he does, just the influence he has on the games and the players around him. So I think it's important, but it's interesting now because Bailly's injured. No, Bailly didn't travel. Pogba's back, Cavani's back, Martial didn't travel, and there's one more, Van der Beek's back. So I'm just hoping that we don't play Pogba on the wing. If we do that, it's going to be a write-off straight away. Because, like you said, because we're on the back foot, they can just sit. They can just sit and just be like, we'll hit them on the counter and we can score a late goal. But the problem is that we need to take the game to them. And we can't do that if we have Pogba. We actually just need attacking full players. So even though Cavani's just back, throw him up front, put Rashford on the left, and put either James or Greenwood. I even put Diallo there. Like, the guy had a good, he's up for it. He scored our main goal. Instead of bringing him on later, why not just chuck him on straight away?
Right.
So it should be interesting, but it's all down to what we do with Pogba. And my worry is that Bailly's not playing as well. So it's like, and Lindelof and Maguire are going to be able to handle just the way they're playing. They're playing the ball around our defense the last game. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah. I think it's a must-win game. It's a must-win game because right now, this week, we got 2 cup games. And to be honest with you, if we don't win no cup this season, the season is considered a failed season. I don't care if we finish second, because the gap between us and Man City is going to be so big that it's just going to be pointless. And it's about time Oli start winning something. We turn to Spurs where we're not winning nothing. So we need to win something. So in terms of tactics, I just read like a few hours ago that Cavani is actually ruled out from tomorrow's game. Like, he had a reaction from training, so he's not going to play tomorrow too.
No, he's not playing.
Yeah, so he's not playing. And with Pogba too, I think tomorrow, I think Oli is going to have a big dilemma tomorrow. Whether he start Pogba from the get-go or he bring him on the bench. I don't think he's going to play on the wing. Definitely not playing on the wing. It's going to be a matter of whether he start the game or he end the game. And it's all going to do with how he approaches the game. Like, does he go and sit back and let them come to us and we hit them on a counter, or does he want to say, okay, we're going to stick it 0-0, see how it goes, and maybe on the 60th minute, then we're going to go try get a goal? Or do we go for the early goal and then sit back? If we personally, I think we should approach like how we approach City. First few minutes, press them. Like if we press them, because Pogba, for example, if we're winning 1-0, there's no point bringing Pogba on because he's not going to come and defend, you know. But if he start the game and we win 1-0, you can take him off and bring someone like McTominay or Fred or maybe Matic, and then we kind of like defend it. Because tomorrow, I don't see a lot of goals in that game. I really don't see a lot of goals in that game. So it's going to be a very tight game, but yeah, nerve-wracking for 90 minutes.
I know he talked in his press conference as well, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, about, you know, wanting to lean on experience as well. So I just feel like in his lineup, you know, he's going to probably go back to his tried and trusted. Obviously, Ed said that there's going to be no Eric Bailly, so that automatically just gives you Lindelof and Maguire with Luke Shaw and Wan-Bissaka. And then in the midfield, it's a bit of a confusing one. I know Pogba's back, and I know we need to take the game to them. Is it going to be your Fred and McTominay who he loves and trusts? Or is he going to start Pogba? In my mind, I feel like he will start Pogba, or he loves Pogba. I think he's going to line up beside one of them, but there's that slight worry that he's probably going to go too defensive and play 2 DMs. And you're just inviting pressure onto yourself once you do that, because they have it in their mind automatically like, yes, you're trying to protect something, we're going to go after you. But I think one thing I'm not too worried about is the fact that in the first leg, they had that Liao guy. I don't know his first name, but the striker, the young striker. It was proper rapid, quick. And Eric Bailly was sort of matching him stride for stride, pace for pace. But now that Ibrahimovic is back, I'm thinking, is he going to be the one to start? If he's the one to start, then we wouldn't have so much of an issue with pace. But in terms of winning the ball in the air, we're always vulnerable to set pieces. And, you know, he would dominate in terms of aerial duels. So Maguire's going to have to be on his game, you know, and that he's going to have to be up for it, because going up against Ibrahimovic, he's strong and powerful. Do you know what I mean? He's, and aerially, can't really match him.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm optimistic for this game. Like you said, Cavani's out. So my lineup, I'm thinking in terms of strikers, you know, Martial's not fit as well. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be Rashford, Greenwood, and Dan James again up top.
But you know what?
I heard that's going to be, go on.
You know, with Dan James, he's only good, when you're playing counter-attacking. And what we realized from the first leg is that AC Milan have set up in a way where they won't allow us to counter-attack just like that. You remember?
Right.
Because even the goal we got was great play by Fernandes to play the ball over, and Diallo scored. It wasn't like, you know how we played Man City, we were hitting them on the counter. The way AC Milan are set up, they're not set up to, you know what I mean, for us to do that. So I don't know how effective Dan James will be, you know, because he's not technically gifted in terms of dribbling with the ball at his feet. So it'll be difficult for him to impose himself on that game.
Yeah. I will be surprised if Daniel James don't start. I think personally, I feel like Ole is going to stick with the same lineup as the West Ham game. He's going to stick with the same first 11. Obviously, there's going to be Van der Beek and then Pogba on the bench, but he's not going to risk them from the beginning. I think he will see how the game goes in the first 60th minute, and then maybe if we're not winning, that's when he's going to throw everything that we have there. It's going to be one of those boring games. I see a very boring game. Just one goal is going to decide it. But tomorrow, too, I think Ibrahimovic playing tomorrow, it actually kind of like suits us. I don't see AC Milan scoring more than 2 goals. I see them scoring 1, but I don't see them scoring 2 goals. I see us scoring 1 or 2. And with AC Milan today, they're a bit like us. They are very poor at home. I watched their game at the weekend against Napoli, and basically we should play exactly how Napoli play against them. Napoli won the game 1-0, and they kind of like step back and then the counter attack on AC Milan. That's literally what it is. Because with AC Milan, when you do that to them, Ibra is too slow, so it's very hard for them to like break teams down. So Ole is going to literally use the Napoli blueprint to go into the game tomorrow.
Yeah. Do you know what it is though? Do you know with Ibra, because he's not fast, it's just that I still think like I don't know how good like Lindelof's alright, but Maguire's positioning is in, you know what I mean? Or just getting strength of the ball. Like I think Ibrahimovic is gonna cause them problems even in the air. But the only thing is just that the goalkeeper needs to be careful as well, because Ibra will he'll just bang it from anywhere.
Right.
You know he's got that in his locker, right? You know he's got it in his locker. He'll hit that from 20 yards.
But it's a game we should win, though, man. Like, if we take the same approach we had with Man City and Real Sociedad, because you know what Man United do? They get a bit scared. So they try, like, Oli gets scared, so he'll park the bus and play, like, simple and be, like, chill. But you know when we played Real Sociedad and Man City, we were just like, you know what, fuck it, just go and play football. That's the attitude we should have tomorrow. And then once we get up, then we could sit back and just be like, you know, chill. But we need to be a few goals up by half time, I think. You know what I mean? Because anything like 1-0 is risky. Because all they need to do is score again, extra time, you know what I mean? Or just anything. So
we're at a disadvantage. Like, you know what I mean? We're at a disadvantage. You know, we've got to score. The first goal is important. But from the history of our games, you know, bar the maybe Leeds or Southampton game in the Premier League, you know, I can't remember too many games that we've gone out, scored early, you know, even in European football. There might have been games, but it's nothing coming to my head. But I know certain games like Southampton and Leeds, we've scored early. And it's been and City, I think, I don't know, did we score early against City?
We just go early against City. We just go early against City. So,
you know, it comes us down, but you know, I can't think of too many games where we're just up. We're doing well, and we're up from the first half or earlier on in the game, which is a bit worrying because we need to go out and do that. You know, AC Milan, they'll be attacking us, but I don't think they're going to be going crazy. You know, to try and get a goal. We're at the disadvantage, and if they score, then that means we're going to have to score 2. And we can, if we score 2, then it's fine. If the game ends 2-2, then we go through on away goals, right? Because they got 1 away goal. Otherwise, we need to go and win 1-0 or that's it. It can either be 1-0 or 2-2 or whatever it is. It's a dangerous thing conceding that goal. And I just don't know if Man United in this game can score 2 goals. I know that, you know, I think we can score 1, but we can't concede. And I know our defense has been decent of late, you know. We just need to make sure that, you know, towards the end of the game, we're just keeping our head straight. But I'm just bringing it onto the tactics about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because against AC Milan, he made a few changes, right? He made a few changes. He brought on more defensive options, right? He went to a 5 at the back, was that game, right? We invited pressure. We did. 5 at the back. We sat deeper and then we conceded that goal late. Now, people were saying, oh, Oli, why did you, you know, do that? Why didn't you keep attacking them? We invited pressure and we conceded. Now, when Oli doesn't make substitutions, he has people also saying, you know, you're running onto the ground. You know, why didn't you make the substitution? We've got a big game coming up on the weekend, West Ham, or in this case, it's going to be, I don't know, is it Leicester or whatever it is like that. In that scenario, what do you think was the best option for him to do? Because in my mind, I was thinking, you're probably right, resting guys, you know, up against West Ham, you got a big game, establish a gap. What do you think about that decision?
Well, the problem with Ole is just too tactical for his liking. He's just too tactical. The game against AC Milan, thinking, okay, you know what? I want to go in there with a 1-0 lead, you know, because of that, he tried to like defend the lead. And then by doing that, we ended up conceding the goal. And what do you call it? He always play for the result. He don't play for the win. We done the same thing to the Champions League when we needed a result. He tried to go there for a draw, and we ended up losing the game badly. Tomorrow too, he's going to set up the game defensively. I think he's going to set up the game defensively to try and go. But the thing about tomorrow, I'm confident about us getting a result tomorrow. I'm very confident that I don't see us getting knocked out tomorrow. I would be amazed if we get out. I don't see us. Let me put it this way. I don't see us losing in 90 minutes. I think worst case scenario, it's probably going to be 1-1, and then we go to extra time. We're definitely going to score a goal. We are definitely scoring a goal tomorrow in 90 minutes. That I know for sure.
Who do you think
I know for sure.
Who do you think is coming from though? Because Greenwood's been on form, but he hasn't necessarily been putting it in the net. He's been coming close of recent. You know, he hit the post twice, forced a save or 2.
Bruno to score a penalty.
Rabona, Kennedy Rabona. Yeah, that's the thing. So what's your predicted scorelines then? What are you thinking then tomorrow? So you reckon it will be United going through? What the scoreline's going to be tomorrow?
Tomorrow, this is it. There's two scenarios. I feel like the game is going to go extra time. United to win it in extra time. Winning in extra time.
That's painful.
That's to win it across. I see everybody going to be very, very cagey. It's going to be one of those ones that no one's going to want to commit. We are definitely not going to try to commit it. I see 1-1, 90 minutes, extra time, and then maybe we nick in extra time. That's how I see the game going.
You know what? The annoying thing is all Manchester United need to do is score one and don't concede, right? And Oli could set up to just do that, you know what I mean? And then throw the ball at the last 20 minutes or whatever. But then it may be too late. I don't know how he's going to think. But yeah, what do you think, Ed? What do you think the scoreline is going to be tomorrow? Or Oli's approach to the game?
You know what? Like, I think, like what NK was saying as well, he's too tactical for his own liking. So even in that first game, I'm not being rude. He's giving too much respect to like West Ham and stuff like that, not knowing, deal with what's happening that day. Like, my man's thinking about the future, yeah? But doing all them changes, like, allows teams to be like, okay, they're going to park the bus. Let's just attack them. Throw everything. I guarantee you, if he just played normally, we wouldn't have conceded that goal. But he's thinking too much about West Ham and forgetting what's happening right there. So I just want him to just focus on this game. Even if you have to play the players to the end, play them. But if he does it right, I think we could just win without extra time. But it's all down to how he sets it up. But for some reason, I've got a feeling he's going to play Pogba on the wing. I've got a feeling he's going to do it. Because I feel what he's going to try and do is play Pogba on the wing and tell him to drop in to have an extra body. I've got a feeling he's going to do that, especially with Cavani not being available and Martial. But if I was, and this is the thing, sometimes it's about just having faith. Diallo scored in the first leg, just play the kid. Like, you know what I mean? If worst comes to worst, take him off later, but play him on the right. This is what I'll do. I'll play him on the right, Rashford up. I'll even play Rashford on the left, you know? That's where he's more effective. And play Greenwood up. And I'll just play Greenwood at the top.
Greenwood is going to lead the line tomorrow. He's going to, personally, it's going to be the same lineup from Sunday. That's how I see it. I see it's going to be similar to the first. You know, when we play PSG, when Pogba came on as a sub, when the game was like 1-1 and Pogba came on, I see the same kind of like tactics going on tomorrow. Pogba, Edwin, don't worry. Pogba is not going to start on the wing. I don't think he will start. I think he's going to come off from the bench tomorrow too. I think that's what's going to approach. I think it's going to be the same lineup there, and it's going to be tight. And then whatever happens, Pogba is going to come on around the 60th minute, 70th minute to try and change the game.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I've got 2-0 to Man U or 3-1 for some reason. I think we can win it.
Yeah, there's no way. I will be shocked if AC Milan keep a clean sheet tomorrow. I will be shocked because I've seen them play.
But you know Man United already. We see teams play like weird, and then look when we play Brighton on teams. We made them look like they're some Champions League team. Man United.
But we score. We score. That's the thing about it. And a game that we need a goal, we will score. I don't know. AC Milan defensively, they're not a great team. And as you said too, when we play against them, if he didn't change tactics and go all defensive by bringing on, he brought on Luke Shaw, Brandon Williams. I think at one point we had like 7 defenders on the pitch. I did not even know what formation we're playing. And if he didn't do all that changes, we would have comfortably. I feel like we would have even get a second goal and just made it 2-0. But changing all that tactics just set us back. But
that's what
tomorrow definitely.
So this is what I was saying. It's sort of like, when Oli doesn't change his play, because you know he doesn't change his teams, you know what I mean? And the minute he does change his team, there's a backlash, and then he gets blamed for rotating the squad. And this is the thing we need to understand, like, what do we want? Because in my head, I was thinking, okay, it makes sense. Look, we've got like 5, 10, how many minutes? 10, 15 minutes left. We can ride it out. You know, you're bringing on Luke Shaw, the best left back in the Premier League at this given moment in time. He's coming on the pitch. It only means good news. It only means good.
No, but you can't play 2 left backs at the same time, though. That's the thing.
Right. He has.
Fair enough, he's the best, but we'll play it 2, and naturally, they're gonna both want to drop in that position. You know what I mean?
But you know what?
Right.
Do you know what? Luke Shaw's been very attacking this season. And Telles, right, in Portuguese football, right, his assists were insane, as if he was like a winger, right? But I tell you this, Sir Alex Ferguson, don't get it twisted. Sir Alex Ferguson, right, would, oh, I got a little pop-up. Sir Alex Ferguson, he would play tactics like that. I wouldn't rule it out, like Sir Alex Ferguson playing.
But do you know what the difference is with Alex Ferguson at the helm? He knew how the players listen to him. When Man United, when we bring on players here for Solskjaer, they do whatever. Like at one point, we had Tellers and Shaw just parked there. Like if Ferguson tells you stay, you play left mid, you'll play left mid. Like you know what I mean? Like do you know what? Do you know what I think he does? He brings on the players, but I don't know if he does it on the training pitch. He says, okay, you know what I mean? Like play like this. I think he has an idea of what to do on the pitch, but I don't know if he's replicating in training because when we bring all the defenders, it just looks like mayhem. It's like you just got a bunch of kids and just throw them and say, you know what, free for all, just defend.
Yeah,
you know what I
mean? I agree.
Yeah, and that was the mistake too, because from with Oli taxes, the way his taxes are is with his attacking, with My United attacking pattern, he trusts the players to actually deal with the attacking field. There's no kind of like pattern where he said, okay, when we get here, we're going to pass that. He trusts the players to make their own movement. So if you have seen it, we play differently based on what kind of players are on the pitch. So when he took on, and I think Rashford too was a big miss in the first league. He didn't play in the first league too, so that was a big miss. So he's going to come back too. So we have goal threat. Greenwood, Rashford, Daniel James, obviously, he's not going to score. He might score, who knows. But my biggest fear tomorrow is set pieces. You know, corner, free kick. I feel like that's where AC Milan can get their goals from. And we need to be very organized and switch on for those kind of things. Because they're going to say, oh, you know what, they are weak when it comes to that. And they're going to do everything possible with the corners and free kicks. That's the only bit I'm scared of in terms of conceding.
Is it just me, or does it feel like sometimes, like when we take set pieces are being taken, like Maguire's, like you can see, you know, when there's a corner for us, Maguire's there, like even if he misses or whatever. But when he's like when he's attacking it, you can see him. When he's defending, I never ever see, bro. I never ever when he's attacking it, I'll see him like get a head out. When it's our box, it's like he's just hiding.
Bro,
he's not involved.
I say this. I've said it in a number of vlogs here. He is so good in the air. Like if you do a long ball, you'll see it in this game many times. You could see it. You can clip this. He's gonna do it. He'll win those headers. If the long ball's coming in, he'll be behind the defender. It will knock that ball out. It alleviates a lot of pressure. And I think we undervalue how much pressure that alleviates, because when strikers get a flick on for the player that's running in behind, it is stressful. He's really good at that. In the box now, he gets his head on the ball, like as in if we've got a set piece. He gets his head on the ball, but he just can't direct his headers. Now, that's a problem in the accuracy, right? So he can win it, he can clear the ball, right? When there's a long ball coming over the top, he can get his head on the ball in the corners. When it comes to us defending set pieces, it's a myth. And for me, I think there's something down. I don't know if it's a zonal marking issue or man-for-man issue type marking system that we've got going on. But Maguire, for me, needs specific instruction if he's not getting it already to be like, you know what? The other people can do what they're going to do, right? Whether they choose to do zonal or whether they choose to do man-for-man. But you, Maguire, you need to be a beast. That ball's yours. You do whatever it takes for you to get your head on that ball, because that's what we got you for. You're 80 million for that reason. Do you understand? That's your strengths.
And that's the difference. Remember when we had Vidic and Ferdinand? Even though Vidic was the more rough one, right? And Ferdinand was the more like finesse on the ball, he can dribble. He will jump in front of everything. In the box, he's headering out. But like Maguire just seems a bit timid, and then he likes to do this blaming thing where he's like, where are you? Like, you know what I mean? He's like, and with him being a captain, he needs to lead by example in that box. Just be, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. We'll see.
I think it's the setup. The setup, how we defend, especially the corners, it doesn't play. It's no good advantage for both the goalkeeper and Maguire, because we do the zonal marking, and they're both kind of like into that level, kind of like 6 yards box there. So when anytime the corner comes to, and teams have noticed that, so whatever they do is they take the corner a bit short to like front post. So all they have to do is the defender just need to run towards the front post and flick it in, or just because if you saw the goal, that was the same thing there. And Maguire, because I think Rashford or whoever it is, this attacking players always cover that front place, and that's where the problem is. So anytime they go, they always forget to do their running because Maguire's always like right next to the goalkeeper. Because I think a lot of people will say like, oh, we know with De Gea, he doesn't come for corners. But you saw the same situation to Henderson didn't come because he could not come. They just need to change the approach of how the corner is.
Yeah.
They literally just change.
That's another
He made a
key
big
thing,
mistake for that goal too.
You know, Henderson, he's
Yeah.
going to be a big factor tomorrow. Henderson's going to be a big factor because that goal he let on, yeah, when you watch it again, he just tried to make a fancy save when the ball was coming to him.
Do you think he'll play?
Right.
Yeah, I don't think De Gea is fully fit.
Yeah, I think he'll play because he's been playing in the Europa League anyway, so I think he'll stick.
There's no one else that will cut. There's no one else. I'm not gonna lie. Thingy wouldn't have done that. What's his name?
Mourinho.
No, the other goalkeeper we had from Argentina.
Oh, he's left now. Is them?
No, oh, he's still there. He's still there.
He's been. What's his name again? See, Romero. That's it.
Yeah,
Romero.
I'm not gonna lie. Romero is just he done everything right. He didn't do any like mistakes. He's good in the air. Like
he was.
We'll see. We'll see.
Guys, we've got a couple minutes, yeah. And I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap it up with this, right? Last topic quickly. Your thoughts on Cavani? Does he stay or go, man? Because he's yet another big game, pivotal time, and he's injured again. Do you know what I mean? Is he past it? Does he need to go?
I think it's hard to say he's past it, but what I think is definitely Man United need to buy a striker because it's even evident this game. You know what I mean? Like we don't have someone we can out and out play. It's not Rashford's best position, but I think you keep Cavani in terms of experience and just about the whole like tutorage. Like he can be able to like help the younger players. So I think you keep him for one more season, but you don't rely on him. You know what I mean? Because you got to remember the guy's his body's old as well, isn't it? So he's probably not recovering as quick. Like because him coming back today, he shouldn't be injured straight away.
Right.
So,
what do you think?
I think he needs to go. Personally, I think he needs to go because he cannot be on that much wages and be injured all the time. If you have seen this, he has missed almost 50% of the game. This obviously he had a suspension that would have had for like 3 games, and after that, so he's been injured. He came on the games like Crystal Palace, and then he got injured. So we don't need that, you know. We don't need that. So I personally, I feel like he needs to go to Booker Juniors, let him pay his wages, let him relax. Right now, Man United, we are too impatient for someone to be taking the money and just not playing. Like and take him there, just go get any guy.
No, I mean it's a stop-start thing with him, and this is the whole reason why I didn't want Ousmane Dembele because of his track record with injuries. And we've got a player like this who's not fit and he's on big wages. So I think we do need to figure out. I think fitness has got to be a key part of our decision making when we go into the summer window, anyway. But that's for another discussion. Look, guys.
Right.
Thanks for giving your opinions, man, and joining me in the OT99 Banter Room. Look, we're going to be with you again tomorrow in the post-match analysis review. Hopefully, we're here smiling with Manchester United lifting our hands up in joyous celebration. But until then, peace.
Peace, bro. Take care.